Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Well, welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Okay? Hope you all are doing wonderful. Hope you all are feeling great. Be sure to tell a family, friend, or foe, or to come on and subscribe to the channel so they can be privy to these spiritual notifications. Okay, there's enough space in this place for everyone to be notified. Okay. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. 1 minute. 1 second. 1 minute. Okay, with the Two of Swords, it looks like you could be in energy of feeling like there's some kind of choice that needs to be made. This could be a choice that you're really not. You're not anxious. You're not feeling like you need to hurry up and make a decision. This could be something involving maybe a child, someone that you care about, or this could be a relationship. So, some kind of relationship that you have romantically or as a parental figure. You could be a parent. Maybe this is about your child. Maybe you have a teenager. Maybe there's something that they want to do. This could be traveling. This could be maybe going to a particular school. Maybe you have a child going away to college. Maybe you're making preparations about what they want to do with their future and you're trying to inspire them, to further their education. You want them to be happy. And there could be kind of a disagreement, between you and this child. Maybe you could have one child that doesn't want to attend college, and then you have another who wants to go to college. Okay, and so you could be trying to influence them and inspire them to take advantage, do it while they're young. I'm picking up on that kind of energy, and this child could be resistant, and maybe they feel like, well, in a new age, mom, dad, or guardian, because you could also have custody of someone, okay? And you want to make sure that they have a bright future and they can support themselves. And they could be saying, well, in this new age, you don't have to go to college. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a singer. I want to be a writer. I'm going to Hollywood, that kind of energy. And so it's not that you're trying to control them. You just want them to have a successful life. You want them to be able to take care of themselves, okay? And so you could be battling with this child about, what their plans are for their future, okay? And the reason you're having this discussion because you want to make preparation, okay? Maybe this is financial preparation. Maybe this is preparing them, making sure that they are able to live independent, or if they choose to go away to college versus going to community college, that they're able to protect themselves, be independent, and be able to thrive and survive in school without you being so close. Okay. Okay. And then I'm also picking up, if this is a relationship, you could be indecisive on whether or not you want to go or want to stay. Okay. And so next card that we have here is the Three of Swords, but it came out upside down. So this is a positive card. Okay, collective. So with the Three of Swords coming up upside down, it looks like you are letting go and you're ready to let go. So you could be in a connection. It happens. It happens, collective. You could be in a connection and, like Faith Evans say, gone already. Okay. Check that song out. Faith Evans, gone already. You may be still living with this person. You could be still married with this person, but maybe, you're ready to go your separate ways. And even though you're still under this in the same household, you're like, look, my feelings and my emotions pertaining to this relationship, it's gone already. I care about you, but I no longer am in love with you. And I feel someone saying this and feeling this way as well. And yeah, I'm hearing that song, Gone Already. I was gone already. Yeah, so your heart is no longer in this situation. You're ready to move forward. It's not that you're being cold. You feel like you have outgrown this connection. You and this person are growing apart, basically. Your desires are changing. And I always speak about that in the reads. As we move forward in life, no matter who you are, your desires are going to change. It has nothing to do with your career. It has nothing to do with your upbringing. We're supposed to change, what you like will change, the type of places you hang out, or what you call entertainment will change. The type of foods you like as you move forward will change, okay? Your mood swings will change, male or female. So it is normal, and it is part of the process of life to experience your desires changing. And that's one thing, when you agree to long-term contracts, or you have in your head that you're going to be with someone forever, that's something that people tend to not consider, or reflect on. It's not to say you shouldn't get married. To each his own. Some people believe in marriage, some people don't. Okay, all are welcome on this channel. Doesn't matter what your belief system is, but it's just to say that that's something that needs to be considered. It's just like purchasing your first home, and you're taking on a mortgage. Okay, you're going to consider the amount of the mortgage. You're going to consider, is it within your budget? You're going to consider how long. Okay, is this a 5-year mortgage, a 10-year mortgage? Okay, what is the interest rate? You're going to consider these things. And that's one thing, I'm just using that as an analogy, but that's one thing that people forget about. I think it gets pushed to the side because when you're in love and, you just want this big fancy wedding, or, you just know you want to do this and do that. But what about when your desires change? Are you able to cope with when your desires change? And are you able to cope with if your spouse's desires change? Okay, and it doesn't always have to be about attraction. It does not always have to be someone's cheating on you. There are many different reasons and layers of why people grow apart. Okay, there are connections that are temporarily. People are not always here for a long time. Some come into your life so that you can learn and grow. And it doesn't have to be negative all the time. It doesn't have to be a dark moment. Okay. A lot of experiences are to show us who we are, how strong we can be, and what we're willing to tolerate and what we don't want to tolerate. And so, with this energy here, you have surrendered. This connection has caused you some stress. You're no longer interested. You could also be not even intimate with this person, living in the same house, but not even speaking to each other. Maybe you feed yourself, they feed themselves, and you're like, look, it's time to let it go because I have. And you're not being cruel. You're just like, look, I've let it go already. I wish you'd get your things and get on up out of here. Or if you ain't gonna go, I'ma go. Okay. And so the next card we have here is the Eight of Pentacles. So I see you being focused on your work. You could have a career, a job or a career that you really love and you appreciate. I'm also picking up that you're very secure financially, even at this time. Okay, doesn't matter what the tell eye vision is saying about the economy. You're very comfortable financially, whoever you are. You're able to take care of yourself. You're very self-efficient, very resourceful. And it's not that you're arrogant, but really this connection, you're ready to go your separate ways. You're ready to get back out there and date and enjoy life. And you deserve that. You deserve that. Okay. And so the next card we have here is Judgment. So with Judgment here, it's official. You have accepted that this separation needs to happen. Just like if you are dealing with a relationship issue, or you're dealing with the teenager that wants to go away to school, or is saying that they don't want to go to college, either or vice versa, you have accepted a moment of judgment in your life. You're not forcing anything that doesn't fit. You are inspiring this child, that is best for them to go to school and get it while they're young, and pick a career that'll make them happy. But you're not going to, I'm picking up on someone, you're like, look, I will encourage you, I will support you while I can, but trust and believe. After I've given you this moment of support, you better have a plan. So you could be also telling this young child that you better have a plan, but you have caused judgment because this energy here, this is not the energy of you watching your spouse cheat. This is the energy of you reflecting on what you used to have with this person, and you realize that it is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. There is no more chivalry. There is no more romance. There is no more. Text messages. How you doing? Miss you. See you soon. What you're wearing, that kind of energy. There's no more laughter between the two of you. The bliss is gone, and it is affecting possibly the energy of your home. It's not you that's unhappy. You just want this person to get their things and leave. And it's not even that you're putting them out. This person could have made an agreement to leave. You and the kids can have the house, or even if you're not a parental figure, they probably agreed to let you have the place and told you, well, I'll get my things and I'll find somewhere else to live. But they're moving slow. They're acting like Mr. Turtle. They're kind of moving slowly. They're acting like Mr. Turtle here. Okay. And Mr. Turtle got two others on his back. They're moving very slowly. And you're like, if you don't get your stuff and get out of here, and I'm hearing somebody say, you need help. I can help you find a place real quick. So I do see you having a conversation and speeding up this process of them going ahead and relocating and getting out of your home so that you can sever those ties and move forward. It's like by this person, the longer they take, they're creating stagnation. You feel like they're cock blocking. I'm just gonna come on and say it. You feel like they cock blocking you, and they could be. They could be doing this intentionally. They know that your heart is gone. They know that there's no more bliss or fire between the two of you. But for some reason, this person just does not want to let this connection go. There was a time where you felt that there was harmony in the household. There was a time where you felt, you could be with this person forever, but things has changed. It's just not happening anymore. And I'm not even picking up that anyone's had an affair. I'm picking up you're just ready for something different, and there's nothing wrong with that. What is happening is your desires are changing, and that is a natural state of life for that to occur. And I believe when it comes to separation or divorce, whatever your situation is, people often forget about that and they internalize the situation and they beat themselves down, like, oh, I failed my marriage. No, people desires change, and that has nothing to do with you. We're in a world where we're constantly experiencing evolution. Changes will continue to happen. They were happening before we were born, and they will continue to happen inside and outside of you. So it's quite difficult, I'll say this, to exist in an environment where things are constantly changing all around you, and you expect something to stay the same just because you want it to. It's just not going to happen. And if you let that marinate, it'll make sense. It'll make a lot of sense to you. Yeah, possibly dollars. It'll make a lot of sense. hmm It will be quite difficult. You will create friction in your life that can really be avoided. Okay. The next card we have here is the King of Pentacles. And so you're ready to get back to your throne with the King of Pentacles energy here. You're very determined to step into your leadership. You have plans, you have goals, you have ambitions. I hear somebody saying, I'm not done living. I know that's right, collective, male or female, okay? Gender is fluid in tarot. Both genders reside in all humans, okay? So you're ready to get back to your life. You have goals, you have things you want to do, but confirmation, you're desiring to close this chapter. You're desiring to close out this relationship. I'm picking up on someone who wants to start a business. Maybe you're interested in opening some kind of boutique, or selling clothing online, something dealing with fashion. Okay. And okay, now I'm picking up on someone who wants to sell hats. Okay, that's cool. Okay, but whatever kind of entrepreneurship this is, any kind of business establishment, you're like, look, I'm trying to get this old energy out of the way, as you should, and then I'm on my way. You could have a business plan written out. You could also already have the finances, the funding put to the side. You're just waiting to tie up some loose ends in your life, and you're moving forward. Okay. And so I see you, collective, moving forward. I see you eventually getting this person out of your life. It may take a little push. There's some stubborn energy here, okay? Where this person, they see that you are very intelligent. They know that you will be successful and victorious whether you're with them or without them. And they also realize, even though the feelings is gone, the thrill is gone. Okay, the thrill is gone. I think that's BB King, but either way, even though they know the thrill is gone, they are still trying to hold on. They know that you're going to be great, male or female, with or without them. Excuse me. They know this. They know this for a fact. They're like, I just know the collective is going to be successful. I just know they're going to start that business that they started, and I screwed it up. But it's nothing that can be done because you know they're feeling what you're feeling. They're just being stubborn. They want to cock block. But it may take some force, but I see you actually getting this person out of there. I actually see someone helping their ex look for a place. Even though you're still under in the same household together, they're considered to be your ex. You're there, but I see you helping them, like looking like, I found you an apartment. It's only so and so, so and so. Let's go look at it. And you're doing that because you want to get them on out. And you're like, look, I'm gonna have to take this person by the hand and find them their own place. And soon as they move out, I can change my locks and begin my life. Yes, you have to change your locks. That person no longer lives there. And if you're going to move forward, that means you're going to be dating. Hey, who wants the ex turning the key? Okay. It makes sense. Okay. All right, so the next card we have here is the Five of Pentacles. So this is the energy, the Five of Pentacles energy that they will be in, as they begin to move their things out. And you're going to witness this. This person, you may notice them looking sad. You may also have them all of the sudden being nice to you. I mean, doing things they haven't done in years, Spirit is saying. You may notice them being nice to you. You may notice them looking sad, little puppy dog face, and who could turn down a cute puppy, okay? But a little puppy dog face and just trying to get your attention, like, I'm moving out, but that can I still pull up look. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna be trying, and you're gonna be like, okay, let's get these boxes. The U-Haul will be here at 3. And they're moving slow. They're dragging their feet, but you're taking them by the hand, like, oh no, we're gonna get this show on the road. Okay. And so with the Queen of Wands here, you're exercising your creativity and your power. You're moving forward. And so this relationship and this connection has showed you what you don't want, who you are, and what you're willing to tolerate. It's also showed you how to exercise and assert your boundaries. In the next relationship, I'm picking up that you feel that you allowed this person to stay too long. Okay. This is how you feel. Okay. And you could be saying to yourself, well, moving forward, the next connection, you know what? When I recognize it's time to go, I'm going to simply end it. If you were to ever experience this with anyone else, you're not going to allow them to have repeats. You're not going to allow them to treat you like you're an evolving door. Break up, make up. 1 minute you're on, then you're off. You're on, then you're off. That kind of energy. hmm Yeah. Okay. And so the next card we have here is the Page of Cups. Okay. And so I see you meeting someone new, male or female. This person will be very different, very upbeat, a lot of charisma, um, uh, very funny, someone who knows how to laugh, someone who knows how to take a joke, which is a plus in any relationship because I feel like if you cannot laugh together, I mean, what are you doing? If you cannot laugh together, what are you doing? You don't have to take it so seriously. Confirmation. You don't have to take it so seriously, okay? Yeah, you want them out of there fast, okay? And so the next card we have here is the Four of Swords here. Okay. This person may claim that there's something going on with them. They may try to get your sympathy. This is your ex, okay, with the Four of Swords, tell you that they don't feel well. Can you make me some of that soup or cook that dish? Once they're separated and out of your home or as they're moving, they're going to put on a little guilt trip collective. They're going to well, I don't feel well. You think you can make that dish that you usually cook? Can you make that soup? What's that remedy, that tea you usually, that kind of thing. But it's over. It's a wrap. They can change your name to Saram because it's a wrap. You have finalized. You have chosen yourself, with the high priestess energy here. You are reestablishing and recalibrating your energy. You're putting things back into balance. Lots of wisdom, very smart. The way you're doing things, you have a lot of class about yourself. I'm not picking up on any cheating energy. I'm really not on anyone. Just you two are no longer interested in each other. And you allow this person to stay for the moment, but it's time to go. And you're helping them find a place. You're even helping them pack the U-Haul. I see somebody putting boxes on the truck. Like, I'll help. You ain't gotta wait for your homies. I'll help. Let's get started. You're okay. You're taking action because you're ready to move on. This next person here is going to be very fun. Something that you haven't done in a while, which is laugh. Since you and this ex, when you were together, the energy in the house was very tight. Okay. The vibration, the energy was just very tight. Things were very quiet between the two of you. So this new person that you are meeting, this is energy. Spirit is saying whether this is someone for the long haul or just someone to date. Okay. It'll be a fun event. It'll be an idea that you are glad you took on. I'm glad I met you. You're giving me some laughter that I need in my life. Okay. This person could also influence you to want to have a makeover, male or female. Give yourself a glow up. You could begin to change your wardrobe and change your hairstyle. Maybe you have a favorite hairstyle that people know you for, or if you are a male figure, maybe you have a specific haircut or hairstyle as well that people know you for. But I see you changing this. You may go on a shopping spree, maybe get you some new gear, some new clothes, change your look. Okay. All right. Not necessarily to impress this new person, but just doing something for yourself. Just a way of pouring into yourself, and just creating a whole new energy, a new vibe. I even see someone throwing out their old bed. Okay, that is smart. Okay, that you shared with this person of the past. I see someone throwing out their old bed, buying new sheets, new blankets, cleaning their home, You're like, let me get you out of here because I got to throw some pine saw around here. Because it's time to get back to happiness and joy and prepare to receive the life that you desire. Okay. This is great fortune. The Sun card is a very high card when it comes to tarot, but it's a positive card as well. Increased vitality and lots of success. Okay. So this concludes the read. I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.